Bit of a long story. I've been a few places. I was born in Hobart, and I think that's where my love of boating comes from. I spent a lot of time on the east coast, growing up as a kid, out on boats, doing a lot of fishing and diving and stuff like that. So I think that's originally where my love of boating comes from. And moving to the Gold Coast after that, we're blessed with great beaches and water up there. So again, spent a lot of time in the water, and football brought me to Melbourne. We've got our playground in the background over here, Etihad Stadium, and yeah, basically been here for 10 years and still have a lot of roots back in Tassie, so I get down there and do a lot of boating. And basically in Melbourne was just looking for an avenue to continue to do that and get out on the water as much as possible. Boating's obviously a fairly expensive exercise, and for someone that's pretty limited with their time, I think it would probably have been a pretty poor investment to go out and fork out for a boat myself. So I did a lot of research with my cousin, and basically we wanted a situation where we could rock up, spend as much time on the boat as possible with family and friends, and really just enjoy the quality time out on the boat, rather than wasting half the day preparing and then coming back in and cleaning a boat. So the walk-on, walk-off service that is provided is really the thing that drew us to the company. And obviously we did a bit of research price-wise as well, and this was the best deal that we could find in Melbourne. So we've really been thoroughly enjoying the service provided. Fortunately, I've had a pretty extensive background in boating, but this is basically like driving a car. It's very simple to operate. For anyone that is perhaps a bit unsure about their ability to operate a boat, you get to go through a lot of extensive teaching and instruction that is quite fun as well, actually being out on the water and having the opportunity to drive one of these great machines. But it is very simple. It's very basic. You steer with a steering wheel, and you've got the accelerator and basically a brake right beside you if you pull the boat into reverse. So it is very easy to operate, and anything that you're unsure about, there's always someone from Pleasure Boat Cruising on hand to help you through it. Well, it's got twin stern drives, which basically means that the motors are at the back of the boat. To make it easier to moor, it's got bow thrusters, which basically are little propellers under the boat, which helps bring you in and out from piers. And really, when you're driving a boat, mooring is pretty much the most difficult thing to do. But with bow thrusters, it's almost impossible to stuff up. You've got the throttle here next to me. It's very simple: forward, neutral, and reverse, and then a steering wheel. You've got all your gauges here, which can be quite important. The water police tend to be out in force at various stages, and you don't want to get on the wrong side of those. So, like driving a car, you don't want to speed in the wrong places because they'll pull you up. And basically everything else is there, just little toys to help you along the way. But for those guys that are into their boating and into their toys, they'll be able to jump on and know exactly what they're doing. Again, but Melbourne being a bay, it's very, very difficult to actually find yourself in too much trouble. The conditions out there never tend to be too bad. The only thing you really have to watch out for is those giant big container ships that come in and out, but they're pretty easy to see, so I think you should be able to avoid those without too much trouble. Being a bay, and having sort of a full 360 degrees in which to go, it means that regardless of conditions, you're always going to be able to find somewhere out of the wind or out of the chop to go and enjoy a nice meal. There's plenty of ports and marinas right the way around the bay, so there's always somewhere to tie your boat up and go and have a nice bit of lunch or dinner, depending on what you're after. So really, there's nothing that you can't do it when you're out there. There is also a lot of good fishing for those people that enjoy that as well. Well, my cooking skills really depend on my fishing skills. If we're lucky enough to get onto the snapper that run pretty well out in the bay, or some flathead or something like that, that's always pretty easy to cook, and I do not a bad job at that. But just in case we don't catch anything, Mum tends to come out every now and then with me, and she's a master chef, so she's always got a backup plan if the fishing's not up to scratch. Basically down here it's set up like a fully self-contained unit, so you can cook a full-blown meal, whatever you want to do. The service of actually being able to stay out overnight on the boat is a really good attraction, I think, that's set up with two double beds, one here and one aft, so there's always plenty of room for people that actually want to stay out on the boat. And again, like I said, it's fully set up with a plasma screen, inbuilt stereos, microwave, hot plate, and a shower and a bathroom as well. So it is very comfortable for a compact boat. It really offers a lot of space down here, which is terrific.